What keeps you from accomplishing your goals? What keeps you from going after that big hot tamale? You know what I'm talking about. It's like I write books, it's a big deal. I make entire video series to go with my books, and it's a big deal. There are things, steps that's really valuable for you to take to go after your big goal. And the first one, I've written them down on my little whiteboard here, is big picture. Take a look at what the big picture is. For me, it's when I'm writing a whole book. And I have to look at the big picture in one piece. And what I do is I mind map it. I'm going to show you that on a whiteboard. This is the mind map of the big picture for accomplishing your goals. Now, I've got to tell you, I know I've got a ring light reflection in the middle. I don't know how to get rid of it. If some of you geeks out there can tell me what kind of lighting system to buy, but the ring light reflects in my whiteboard. I've got my ring light, my iPhone, and I've got you. All right, let's keep moving. So this is the mind map. Now what you do is you put your goal in the middle and you create spokes out from your goal of the subtopics, the sub-projects that you feel you need to do to accomplish the goal, the big picture goal. Now let me go over some of my what is on my spokes in this big wheel to give you an idea, an example, something that you can glean from to be able to create your own subtopics, your own sub-goals for your major goal. You know, I'm a writer, so I write books. I do videos that go with the books. I have a website that I keep up to date. I do social media. I am a speaker. I am doing research. Right now I'm researching my next book. I'm a mentor. Mentoring is one of the goals, the mini goals. And building relationships is really important to me because God is all about relationship. Ministry is about relationship. So I continue to develop and take care of my relationships. Then this last one here it's my audio teachings. I called it MP3, and I'm going to be working on a soaking CD or MP3. So you see, I just pray and I say, God, how do I accomplish this big goal? And I write down all of the smaller goals so that I can see in one place the big picture. After you see the big picture, you break it down into steps that you need to do to accomplish your big picture. And I have that on the whiteboard also. On each of your spokes, you break down that goal into smaller steps so that you can hit that target for the major goal. With me, it's ministry. So let's take a look at books. I'm working on another book, and the topic is on dismantling the orphan spirit. And as I work on the book, right now I'm in the process of research, which I told you over here. I'm doing research, and I have a friend of mine, Tabitha, who's helping me research the project. So I'm researching it and creating an outline of the whole book. I'll have a certain amount of chapters, and then I outline each chapter. The overall outline is what each chapter will be about, and then I outline that chapter. Within each chapter, there will be sections. Now, my sections cover things like there's a teaching section, there's a posturing decrees section, activations, a prayer focus, and the heavenly word from God. Once I get all of the outline done for that, I look at what are the targets I want to hit within each chapter. What are the major targets? Now, what my writing process is like: write, pray, soak, write, pray, soak. Write, pray, soak, and repeat. After I get the book done, then I go on to the workbook and I do the same thing. Outline. Now I know what the chapters are, so I take the workbook based on the book. Once the workbook is done, I create a video set. Now the video set is a whole new teaching on the same topic to complement each chapter. So I've got to outline that and write that out. And when I do the videos, I learned that if I write out much of what I'm going to say, I have a great videographer who has a teleprompter so that I can read and engage and really capsulize what my points are, what targets I want to hit. All right, so that's what I'm doing with my books. Now I want to tell you, it says PD, PD, PD. That is product development, so I know what this section is about. Then books you see is outlined in red as building relationship and speaking. That's because those are focuses right now, primary focuses on the big wheel, on the mind map. I should outline research because that's something I'm actively doing. Now, I'm real active in all of these, but the ones outlined in red are the ones that I really want to focus on. But I want you to know this keeps changing. I keep erasing and writing and adding things. Keeps changing. You break down the sub-goals into steps, and that will help you accomplish the major goal. Now, this is a biggie, the war. I gotta tell you, the war is between your ears. What keeps you from accomplishing your goals are the things that you say to yourself that are limiting, that are negative, that are just generally, you know what I fall into? I'm telling you, I'll just be honest. I fall into an area of sometimes, because I'm driven, I can be hard on myself. When I don't get things done, I can be so hard on myself. And I'm really in the process of learning more and more about grace and giving myself grace. Because when you have a big picture project, you feel like you've got so many things to do, one after another. You've got to give yourself grace and recognize the war in your head and have go-to statements that you say to yourself, like, I can do this, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. That God gives me pictures. He shows me great and unsearchable things that I would not otherwise know, that I go to him and then find out what the steps are. He shows me initially what the big picture is. The war in your head is a huge part of you accomplishing your purpose. The last is the presence. You can't do anything without it. Going into the presence of God and soaking and getting his heart while you're going for the big picture, continually go to the presence. Spend time with him to hear over and over what he has for you, how he wants you to do it, but also you go into his presence to receive his love, to experience him, in knowing that as you're going after a big picture, the main deal is seeking him. I contend that God is more interested in how you do what you do than what you do. This is what you do, but he's looking at how do you do it. He's engaging with you every step of the way. Okay, I love you guys. I'll talk to you next time.